What's up, everybody? I'm Jacob. Thanks for joining me on this week's channel update. I do this every Sunday where I talk to my loyal viewers and fellow content creators, give them an update of what's going on behind the scenes a little bit, and recap some of the things that I've talked about, different things I've experienced as a content creator. So stick around a little longer. Yesterday, I did a live. I hadn't done a live in a couple weeks, and it was kind of good to get back on there and do a couple hours. It was a small group, which is good because you can always talk to everybody and take questions. And went really well. We talked a lot about um, AI censorship and AI ethics and how some people can jailbreak AIs to do things that they're not really supposed to be doing. So I thought that was kind of a neat little way to juxtapose what the government has been doing, the US government has been doing through taxpayer funds, by the way, to censor free speech, filter it, change the narrative, you name it, they were doing it. And not only were they doing it in the States, they were doing it abroad. And there's some crazy stuff happening in Germany right now around arrests for people posting memes, and that's been going on in the UK for a little while. It's just been a really crazy time, and I'm starting to see a lot of dots converge on what seems to be getting called the censorship industrial complex. And I'm going to talk more about this in upcoming videos, connect a lot, because I've been talking about other dots that I saw converging, and now I'm seeing these dots converge. Now they're converging together. And it's going to be a very big topic. I think this is going to start getting out there in the mainstream media more. I don't know how it can't. But anyway, uh, some videos that are coming up. I've got next week, I'm going to talk about Doge a little bit. There's been a lot of talk in the media about how Doge, shouldn't have access to these things, and it's causing all kinds of problems, and they're getting exposure to data. And I'm actually going to talk about my experience as before I was a software engineer. Your boy used to build networks and did a little bit of cybersecurity, did a lot around databases and security and shuttling data around. And there's just things you don't do. There's things you don't do with data, especially social security numbers. You don't just store them in the database as plain text. You're just not going to do that. So whatever Elon's going to have access to, he isn't going to have the capability to see all that data. So I'm going to explain that in a little more detail and call out some politicians as well. That's always fun. And then I'm not sure which day of the week the next video is coming out, but I'm going to be talking about interviewing. AIs are now doing job interviews, and there's a few different versions of how the AIs are doing the interviews. So I'm going to kind of go over what those are, and found some demos of those. Because your boy, a couple weeks ago, went on a job interview, and one of these AIs tried to conduct the interview, and I just wasn't having that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Excuse me. I like AI. I love AI. I use it every day, but I'm not going to. I'm not. I want the human interaction, because if you have a job, you want to talk to people, for Pete's sake. Even me as an introvert, I got to have some human interaction. So I just think it sets a bad precedent to have the AIs do everything. And I'll explain like all the different steps along the way, how AI has been used, and what it was like before AI, and how a lot of those processes are now automated by AI. And now it's going into the actual job interview, almost all the way up to the job offer. Yeah, I've got a couple of demos of those products that are floating around that I'll show. And I'm also going to talk more about, oh gosh, now I forgot about it. Had a little bit of a brain fart, so maybe it'll come back to me. Anyway, oh yes. Oh, and the other video, because remember, I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Fridays now. So I think Wednesday's video is how Hollywood's getting wrecked by AI. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some things that have been happening with celebrities having their likeness used without their permission, saying things that, they may agree with those things, but they're still putting their likeness in those videos. And that's kind of scary, because it's one thing if you're a public figure there's a different levels of privacy that safe assumptions that you can have as a private everyday person, but as a celebrity, it's a whole different ballgame. But it's still scary that a lot of those things, these technologies can put words in our mouths too. So I'll explore that a little bit. But I'm liking the 3 video cadence because I feel like I can sit down and record all 3 videos in one sitting, no problem. 5 just was really pushing it for me. Felt like I was really having to stretch hard to find things to talk about. But yeah, those extra 2 days a week are giving me more time to think more about the topics, make some slightly longer videos, and help me improve the process a little more. So making a couple tweaks on the formats to see how those will come across. Um, I'm also starting to work a little more in earnest on the ChatGPT/AI course, how to use generative AI, mostly around prompt engineering for how you're going to talk to AIs when you want to learn something versus when you want to do research versus when you want to create things. All 3 different, they're similar, but there's slightly different variations in how you talk to the AI to coax it to get what you want. And I demonstrated more of some of these skills in the live Saturday, so you might want to go check that out. I actually fed a video thumbnail into the AI and I asked it, hey, I really like how this thumbnail looks. Can you tell me how to do the graphic design, how to use my software to make the same look? And I also demonstrated how to take talking points that weren't necessarily fleshed out, and I coaxed the AI a little bit, gave it some information. I said, here are my talking points. Write me a script for that video. So that would be a great work skill, by the way, not just for making content. It could help you with making presentations and reports and other things, write papers and stuff like that. But again, you don't want to rely on it 100%. As I demonstrated in the live, you always want to check everything. And then moving forward in the personal venture, I am still studying the generative AI architecture course. It's definitely getting pretty intense. So again, the 3-day-a-week video cadence has relieved a lot of pressure on me. So that's going well. And I feel like doing the lives on Saturdays and these updates, I think it's the right level for me, the right cadence. So I'm going to stick with that for a little longer and see how it goes with the studies. Because the job search, I haven't really been doing that too aggressively. Because again, the class is a lot, the content is a lot, but your boy, he's okay. I saved up for a rainy day, so I'll be all right. But anyway, that's this week's channel update. I want to thank everybody that showed up on the live. And if you do have any questions about things behind the scenes and how I use AI, or you want me to talk about certain topics around using AI, feel free to email me at the address on the About page on this channel. Or, all my recent videos, I have overlays that have the email in it, so you'll catch the email address in there as well. Thanks again for everybody's support. Oh, I forgot to mention monetization. This channel got monetized about a month ago, and as some of you know that are channel creators, you have to reach the $100 threshold, and I'm currently at $87. So thanks again for your support, and hopefully I can do some more things to make the channel get better and better. Which, by the way, reminds me, because on these things I ramble. I picked up the Elgato Facecam Pro, which is a 4K DSLR package. Pretty good. I don't like to fuss with the regular cameras. That stuff just confuses me. I don't know, for some reason I just like the software stuff. So yeah, it's all better with the low light. So I'm thinking the colors are going to be better because the X looks good. It's the correct color now because I'm using my phone, which has similar or better camera technology than the webcam that I'm using on my live rig. So I can't switch, so I won't tempt that fate. But anyway, thanks again for watching, everybody. Incremental improvements, like I said in the last video, just keep pushing forward, Keep making small improvements. Don't try and do everything at once. You'll go crazy. Trust me. Thanks again for watching, and until the next one, peace.